it with him.
Brianna Williams, she can.
A race against the clock for Asafa. This is Wayne Hall, bringing you some exciting news. Sports Roundup, bringing you the latest and greatest on track and field, cricket, swimming, and more, right here on Yardflow TV with yours truly, your host, Wayne Hall. Hello and welcome to this edition of Yardflow TV Sports Recap, brought to you by Yardflow TV and The Wayne Hall Show. I'm your host, Wayne Hall, reporting. Theodore Whitmore, the head coach of the Jamaica Reggae Boys, has been fired. Yes, this comes after the JFF's technical committee recommended his sacking almost 1 month ago. Paul Hall is expected to take up the job of carrying Jamaica to the World Cup next year. Listen to this from the technical committee. As it relates to the equipment, by now we are first world, and every coach should get that. So let me not say it isn't anything special we have done. We should be first world. We have drones. We have the equipment to massage your legs when you finish playing. We have 360 degrees cameras when you're training. So we can assess everything. We have instant photo where we can look at the last 20 games that every player in the world plays. I mean, it's a private jet we fly on nowadays. We don't fly on commercial jets. It's a private jet we take to every match. And we have people in 4-star hotels. What does that mean? It means that Theodore Whitmore failed with even the right tools, is what they're saying. What's your take on this, listeners and viewers of Yardflow Sports? What do you think? Did Theodore Whitmore become the scapegoat, or was it really long overdue? Let's go over to correspondent David Marshall and hear what he has to say.
I firmly believe that any discussion surrounding the fire of Tupper Whitmore is elementary at this point. There is no doubt in anybody's mind that Coach Whitmore needed to go. The bigger question is, did JFF waited too long? I think so. However, the poor performance of Jamaica's football goes beyond Tupper. It's a multi-layered problem. And I say this because over the last 20 plus years, we have fired at least 4 coaches, some of whom had decent resume. But the results remain the same. So much so that Jamaica's football development is now at pre-Simoes era. I think that there are certain factors that needs to be addressed and addressed urgently if our football is going to turn around. 1, JFF needs to develop a 5 to 10 year development program. 2, local coaches need to be well trained and qualified. 3, we need to adapt certain system and style of play that fit the players' innate qualities. And 4, there has to be some type of national academy. No more is football played based on pure talent. The game has evolved and is more of a science than an art. We need a good academy to develop young players who will serve from the youth through to the senior level. The notion that we can trot around the globe every 2 to 4 years and pin our hopes on recruiting overseas players with the slightest connection to Jamaica is a recipe for failure. Yes, Tupper needed to go, but also we have to address the question, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? Thank you, Mr. David Marshall, for your input. What's your take, viewers? Put it in the comment section, okay? Does firing Theodore Whitmore bring Jamaica any closer to solving its problems as it tries to get to the World Cup next year? All right, on more football news, Brazilian football legend Pelé has been hospitalized for treatment of a colon tumor discovered earlier this year. The 81-year-old soccer genius is expected to be released in the coming days, according to reports. On more soccer news, New York City FC were seconds away from its first ever MLS Cup win, only to concede the latest goal in the MLS Cup history deep in stoppage time. but it survived extra time and beat the Portland Timbers in a penalty kick shootout to take the Major League Soccer title home to the Big Apple for the city's first major sports championship since 2011 when the New York Giants won. New York City FC goalkeeper Sean Johnson stopped the first two penalty kicks in the shootout to lead his team to a 4-2 triumph. And after the 1-1 draw persisted through extra time. Defender Alexander Collins blasted home the winning attempt in front of the opposing Timbers Army supporters to give NYCFC its first trophy as a club since joining the league as an expansion team in 2015. We have the call from ESPN right here for you, and we're going to go over now.
Does he do it again? Portland at the point of no return. If Callan scores, NYCFC win. Alexander Callans, and a breakthrough moment for the boys from the Bronx. Writing their own history. 6 days on from their first ever piece of silverware, now a first ever major trophy.
That's right. That's the call from ESPN. Yes, so the boys from the Bronx are the MLS winners. We wrap up this evening by bragging about Jamaican sprinter Elaine Thompson-Herah. She has closed a record-breaking year this 2021 season by winning the Female World Athlete of the Year award at the World Athletics Award held virtually on Wednesday. Thompson-Herah produced one of the finest sprint seasons in history this year, retaining her Olympic 100-meter and 200-meter titles in Tokyo and becoming the first woman in history to win back-to-back Olympic sprint doubles and adding a third gold medal in the 4x100-meter relays. On top of her Olympic triple, she also clocked world-leading times of 10.54 and 21.53 over 100-meter and 200-meter respectively, moving to second on the world all-time list and coming within touching distance of the long-standing world records. I end this report by asking you, as the viewers of YardfllowTV Sports, do you think Elaine Thompson-Herah is on the verge of being the fastest woman of all time? Can she top Flo Jo's record? Your guess is as good as mine. Put your thoughts in the chat, and thank you for watching YardfllowTV Sports Recap, brought to you by YardfllowTV in association with The Wayne Hall Show. I'm Wayne Hall. Catch you next time.